Disclaimer. The views and opinions expressed in this podcast series do not represent the official positions of the United States military or any branch of the armed services. These stories are personal experiences, shared by individuals who have proudly served our country and are now pursuing new careers and business ventures in the Virginia Beach and surrounding areas. The insights provided are unique to the individuals and do not reflect the military as a whole. From the front lines to the home front, these are the stories of courage, resilience, and transformation. This is more than a podcast. It's a journey through the lives of those who served our country, now serving their communities here in the Hampton Roads, Virginia area. We're diving deep into the heart of their stories, their challenges, their triumphs, and their second chapters. Experience their journey from military service to entrepreneurship to giving back. This is the Veteran Series, only on the Discover Virginia podcast.
All righty, everyone. Welcome back. We are joined today by Denise Smith. Denise served in the Air Force and is currently serving as a nurse and freelances as an executive virtual assistant. And we are coming to chat with Denise today because she has taken on her biggest project yet, and that is being a track mom.
Yes.
Denise, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you for having me. I'm nervous, but we'll get through it.
Absolutely. Well, we are so excited to chat with you today. There have been a few common themes throughout this season as we kind of come across this portion of conversations with Discover Virginia Beach, all about family and community focus. And Denise, you are one of the best people to talk to because, one, you're so funny. Denise and I, we've been sending each other funny gifs and memes through Instagram. And you're a mom of four, right?
Yes.
And you're also military, and you live and work and play here in the Virginia Beach area, which resonates with so much of our audience who is either looking to discover Virginia Beach and plan a trip, or maybe they're looking to move their families here and, call this place home one day. So we're so excited to chat with you today about what it is like to live and kind of be a part of the community.
Of course, of course.
With that said, Denise, why don't we get started with what brought you specifically to the Virginia Beach area? And then, of course, what got you to stick around and build your life and your business here?
The answer to both questions is the Navy.
The Navy.
I in prior Air Force, my husband did not listen to me. I want to put that on the record. He did not listen. And
It's here. It's live. It's recorded.
And point out he did not listen to me and join the Air Force. He joined the Navy. They've been good to us. And our first base was here in Virginia Beach. Then we got sent further south to Jacksonville, Florida, and then back here to Virginia Beach. So, yeah.
Wow, love it. Yeah, should have joined the Air Force, but that's part of it. Us guys, we have to learn the hard way sometimes, and that's just part of the journey.
Yes.
So, Denise, did you play sports growing up, and when did you know that the track mom life was for you?
Yes, I did track and swimming all the way through college.
Okay.
I didn't have a choice. I had to do it. I come from a track family, so it's like the family business. And then once I saw Imani used to come home from school telling us all the time how she was beating kids left and right. And I'm just like, whatever, it's recess, whatever. Sure. And then her older brother joined a track team out here. Like I said, family business. He didn't have a choice. And so we made him run track. And then Imani, wanting to be like her big brother, decided, I want to join. And so she joined they both were on Virginia Beach Flames. And I didn't even buy her a uniform. I didn't even want to buy her a uniform because within 6 months, we went through soccer, dance. She wants to be a gymnast. And I'm just collecting equipment and nothing sticking. Fast forward, she got on that track and I was like, wow.
She could run. She could really run.
She could really run. And I had her commit to run 3 track meets before I would buy her uniform. And she ran those 3 track meets and I was like, this girl's onto something.
Wow. What an incredible whirlwind of parenting, right? You
Yes.
go from this phase, and it seems like they all have this phase. We have a 6-year-old now. Of course, how old was Amani when she was going through
She
that?
was 6.
She
She
was
was 6,
6.
I promise.
They want to do everything, right? They're
Yes.
cognizant enough to know they can make a decision, and Noah's probably going to follow the answer, but they still going to ask anyway. And they want to try everything. So,
Yes.
Denise, before we get into your team and the Flames, I'd like for you to kind of share with us that early day for you when it came to the track life, the family business, unquote. It's not a business, but it's this sport. It's this like almost duty to just kind of like, you have this skill set, so you should use it, whether that's in proving it to yourself or proving it to an organization or community that you have this ability, and you should showcase it, right? You should be proud of it. Is there an early memory for you that stands out as being a defining point for you to say, hey, this is who I am, and I also run, and I'm proud of it?
So I got into track. My dad kind of let me figure it out on my own. He ran track. I would go to the track with him, and I would see all these kids running. And I was like, well, that looks like more fun than running with my dad. So sign me up for that. And kind of like the same with Imani, I was in a million things. Parents didn't want to shell out any more money for me to change my mind. But I remember my first track meet, I had to be 6 or 7. August Martin High School, Queens, New York. If anyone from New York is listening, you know what August Martin is. I still remember. And I got second place. And I was just like,
wow,
ready to sign autographs. Like I was ready to take endorsements.
How many other runners were there?
This was the 100 meters. So at most 7 others. Other
so
people.
these are like the elite runners, though. So 7 of like the fastest kids in school, in the area.
Yes. Yes.
Wow. Good.
And that
for
picture is
you.
still on my fridge, like back home in New York. So, wow. I completely forgot about that. You brought that right to the, that was cool. That was cool.
Absolutely. It's those moments that like happen so early on in life that really define and shape who we are, whether that's in the small, quirky ways or the big, impactful ways that lead us on to, raising a family and instilling values in them that they can then carry on to their kids or to their friends and colleagues and around them. So, Denise, for you, I'd love to transition now to the present day. So you're in Virginia Beach, and I have to ask because I'm a Virginia Beach dad. What is it like being a Virginia Beach mom here in the area?
Having an abundance.
Honestly,
there's so much to do. I know everyone's entitled to their opinions, but when I hear people say, "Oh, I don't like Virginia, but there's nothing to do here," I'm like, "There's almost too much to do here." I don't. How do you decide? How do you choose? I like Virginia Beach. Originally being from New York, it's close enough. I need to get home. I can drive, but not too close that my parents are like, "Oh, just happen to be in the neighborhood. Just want to swing by." So I like Virginia Beach. I think it's a lot to do here, and it's close to DC, which I'm in love with for no reason other than the TV show Scandal.
It's the big city. It's Scandal. It's wine and popcorn. It's Mr. President, late night
Yes.
Excellent.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. And Cyrus and his little sour face half the time.
Yes.
For those of you who haven't seen, Scandal is a great show. You should watch it.
Yes, you should watch it immediately.
Olivia Pope, right?
Yes.
I don't know how she wears all that. I'm sorry, this is derailing. I don't know how she wears all that white and then never has anything on it.
A stain or anything.
Even when she got, spoiler, even when she got, transported to that other place.
Yes.
I think it was like her clothes were like dark gray.
Right.
Not like she was never dirty. Yeah.
Ever. I'm like, wow, this is the cleanest prisoner I've ever seen.
I wonder if she put that in the contract, Denise. She's like, I cannot get dirty.
Right. I must always look A1.
So, some people, I think that like some fighters and boxers, have the winner personality. They're like, I can never lose a fight. Right. And Olivia's just like, or whatever, Shonda Rhimes and her contract was just like, hey, cannot get dirty.
Always must be impeccable.
Yeah. Good night. That's someone to not aspire to be, but definitely will get you interested in DC and politics and otherwise. Denise, when it comes to like juggling motherhood and working, because it's not like you're full-time mom, although that's a great job and that's a great role. Childcare is expensive, and I get that. Both my wife and I both work, and I'm curious for you when it comes to having these multiple, kids with various interests around, sports and where to go to eat and where to hang out with friends and all of the things to do in Virginia Beach. What are a few strategies that you use to be sure that each one of your kiddos feels heard, loved, and understood throughout the busyness of life?
I try my best to make time, one-on-one time, so that no one's competing for attention in a group setting. Of course,
Mhm.
of course there's going to be group settings. I unfortunately can't be one-on-one with them all the time, but I try my best to make sure they each get one-on-one time. I allow them to voice their opinions, maybe too much. Always getting feedback, making sure or trying to make sure everyone's happy. Like even when we go out to eat, when we go on trips, making sure everyone has had their opportunity to voice their opinion. Now, I might go in the complete opposite direction from what everyone's chosen, but at least,
Sure.
you got a platform to speak and tell mom your thoughts.
Absolutely. I think that's really important too. And then, having the final say so is it's the adult's job, right? That keeps order and things like that. But being able to speak your mind, that's a great piece of advice too, especially for uh, you know, those of you who may be listening that, have not really entered parenthood yet, or maybe you have young children and you're like kind of thinking about like what's that next step when they can start like walking and talking and then talking back. What
Okay.
happens?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. Love that. Love that. Well, would you mind telling us about Virginia Beach Flames and, of course, the current plans and future plans you have for the team and organization overall?
So I'm the fundraising coordinator. We've got our head coach, Coach Nick. Then
Yeah,
we also
shout it out, Coach Nick. I
got
love it. I
Coach
was checking
Nick.
out the website. Yeah,
We got Coach Nick. We've got Coach Kia. We have Coach Jay, Coach Ed. Who else do we have, guys? Coach, I'm
you're
forgetting.
good. I'm gonna help you out.
Tyrone.
Hold on, hold that thought.
Okay.
Okay, here we go.
There we go. See, I was on a roll. Coach Ed. Um, there we
Oh
go.
wait, no, hold on.
Oh,
There we go.
okay. See, I was on a roll. Coach Nick, Kia, Coach Ed, Coach Sandra, there's Nando, Coach D, uh, scroll down some. Oh, yep. Nicole, the team mom, Coach Phil. Yeah, and Tyrone. I got him. Close.
You got them all. That's a long list. That's six. Not that's nine members. So
Yes.
are they? Is this a paid position, Denise, or are you volunteer?
No, all volunteer. They all do it because they love kids and they love track. Yeah.
Y'all hear that? They're here for the kids. They're here for the family. They're here for the community.
There
I
for
love
the
it. I
kids.
love it.
Yes.
So VB Flames started in 1996. Shout out to those 90s kids.
Yeah.
And what is it all about? Like obviously they can go to the website, look at the mission statement, but what is it about for you? Like why did you decide to volunteer aside from your kids to? Because there must be something a part of the organization that stands out and aligns with your kind of mission and values to the way in which you're bringing up your kids.
Yes. So, of course, like as I stated, track. But I wanted to help without necessarily being a coach. Mainly because I know that my daughter is not going to listen to me. She's like, "Why is my mom the coach? Like, get out of here." So,
She's gonna be using her voice, and you're gonna be talking back and forth, and like that's
correct,
yeah. For
correct.
track. I think that's probably counterproductive, but yeah.
Correct. So I said maybe I can help in other ways, and maybe I'm tooting my own horn. I think I'm pretty good at fundraising, and track is expensive, as I'm sure most other sports these days are expensive, but track is expensive. So
Tell us more. Tell us more about that, because most people just hear it's a track, it's already built, right? So you're not paying rent on the field, right? Somebody else is,
right.
and the kids run around the circles. What else goes into that?
So you have your training fees for the winter when it is freezing out here. So we go to the field house, as that's really the only indoor type situation on this side of the
Hopefully there's more, but
water.
yes, Virginia Beach Fieldhouse is a great resource and we love
Yes,
it.
or the Sportsplex, but that can
Mhm.
be that's a bit pricier than the field house.
Okay.
Um, so looking to offset costs in those ways. Then you have admission to the track meets, which are $20 to $25, and track meets are typically 2 days. If you've got championships, you're looking at a weekend. You're looking at a week times $20, and then of course the food. And then you're there all day.
Yeah.
And then the main thing are entry fees. You're looking at $50 entry fees per kid, and per event. Most kids run 2 events, and we have about 80 kids on the team at this moment.
Okay, so each event requires registration, an event fee,
Mhm.
a food, travel.
All the
Because
things.
this is a dumb question. I'm going to ask it because I'm thinking it. Are Don't you guys just all run in Virginia Beach, or are there
Uh,
track meets all throughout the Hampton Roads,
oh
Virginia
yeah,
area?
there's track meets all throughout Hampton Roads. For indoor season, which just wrapped, we were at the Sports Center and Boo Williams in Hampton.
Mm.
Outdoor season, you can be all over. We're heading to Richmond at some point. We're heading to Charlotte at another point. Gonna end up in Florida at some point.
Wow,
Um,
all the way to Florida, really?
that's where the big meets are.
Okay,
So then, of
it's
course,
good weather all year round. Makes
yes,
sense. Minus the hurricanes
and all those things. Right? No
yeah,
big deal.
and the alligators. But yeah,
Right.
anyways.
So yeah, you've got all of that to take into consideration. Um, and of course, it's volunteer. So we try to offset by the parents pay registration fees and all that, but any extra is always helpful.
Absolutely, especially considering so a lot of these kids, and I see the kids because I'm looking at these pictures. I
Mhm.
mean, we're talking about both sides of the aisle. We're talking about both sides of the neighborhood. We're talking about kids
Yes,
from any neighborhood, any
correct.
area of Virginia Beach area,
Mhm.
not just Virginia Beach kids, right?
Right,
Can
right,
can be a part of this. So that's what the sponsorship goes to helping them as well.
exactly,
Correct? For those kids who maybe from parents can't work, single
correct,
household, any kind of those circumstances that exist as well. Correct?
exactly,
Oh,
exactly.
perfect, perfect. Genius. I want to highlight that because I know you're super humble, so I have to make sure I toot that horn for you as much as I can.
Thank you. So, if anyone's listening who also wants to fundraise with us, give me a shout out. Give me a shout.
Absolutely. So we'll definitely be having some more information out there throughout our community as well, Denise. Once this airs, to help promote some events, and we'll definitely have you include those links as well in the show notes for those of you who are looking to get plugged in.
Awesome.
Denise, this has been great. I have one last section for us, and
Yes.
it's the most important section, so we
Okay.
saved it the best for last. It's about community. Can you speak to the community as a whole? Because community impacts the way in which we live and conduct our lives, our businesses. How does community impact the track? I'm going to just say the track mom life overall.
Um, I like to see the people come out and support. I've gotten a lot of support from people who watch Imani. Um, never met them. They just perhaps stumbled upon the page
Mm,
on Explore page or what have you, and they support. I feel like track is really big because you don't necessarily need to, I guess, understand it. Like for football, you need to know who's doing what. Basketball, who's doing what. Track, no pun intended, is really literally straightforward about what you know the
left
event.
turn, left turn.
Right,
Very NASCAR-esque, right? Very simple
right.
premise for the sport. Yes.
Right. So I like that. I like, and then who doesn't like a good race? Like you don't even have to know what's going on. You're just like, oh, these people are fast.
Mm,
Um, and track is very underrated. I'm gonna put that out there. Track is underrated. But yeah, I like to see everyone cheering everyone else on. Like I think that's pretty big community, everyone
absolutely.
rooting for
Coming
everyone.
together, whether you're sharing a bowl of popcorn or getting some. Y'all have deep fried snacks out there. Just
Yes. And I'm like,
okay.
why? Why do you
Yeah.
have these things at the track meets?
Yeah,
But yeah,
it's always strange. It's like at the middle of summer, and it's like, okay, if you want a deep fried Oreo, I guess you
right.
can.
Here you go.
But that community and the aspect of just getting outside, being together is so phenomenal. And it's what we're all about here, discovering Virginia Beach and our community as a whole on our digital space, which is providing opportunities for those conversations to happen so people know that do have family members where they can get plugged in and where they can be a part of things. What do you say the best thing a family can do is for a community? So if you're a family unit, what's the best way you can support the community as a whole?
The best way you can support the community. Hmm. Word of mouth. Talk about all those things out there. Talk about how to help, who to help, point you in the right direction to help, support each other. It doesn't always have to be monetary, just cheer someone on, share a post, share something good. There's so much
I
good out there.
love that. Just cheering someone on. That's the best place to start. Obviously, that shouldn't be where you end up if you have the means to, of course.
Right.
Hit up Denise, send that Venmo money over. But nevertheless, start with the cheering on. And we're so happy to cheer you guys on today. I'm going to flip the question for you. I'm going to ask one more.
Yes.
Denise, what's the best thing a community can offer a family, especially families in Virginia Beach with got really good schools. We're
Mhm.
working on the daycare costs. We got a lot of opportunity for growth there, and there's so many things that we can work on. But the main thing is just being able to see each other first and cheer each other on. But what can a community do for a family to cheer them on?
What can a community do for a family? Hmm. Be present. Uh, let whomever know you're there. You don't have to, without being invasive, just, I'm here if you need me. I find that military life can be lonely at times because you're not around your people. Um, so just letting other people know you're there, you're an ear, you're there to listen. Uh, yeah, you're there to listen. You
I
don't,
love that, Denise. I love it. And that goes back to the kiddos, right? Just having
yes.
that one-on-one time. Like you don't have to take it because they get that, the kids got the phase where they want to close the door and then want to just have their little alone time for
Mhm.
whatever. And they need their space. But having the opportunity to come through that door and to have, one-on-one time, I think is so very important. And Denise, thank you for highlighting that and be a part of the conversation today. With that said, we have the red carpet to roll out for you, which is your final promotion. You can brag as much as you want. But in order to get there, you got to go through some rapid fire questions.
Okay.
Should you decide to accept? What do you
I
think?
accept.
You think
I
you can
will
handle
accept.
it? I
I
think
think
you
so.
can too. These first question for you. What's your go-to spot for a quick meal when you're on the go here in the Virginia Beach area? If you want to say a chain, you can. But we already know Chick-fil-A is good. We know that Popeyes is pretty solid too.
Right.
So
My go-to.
maybe outside of the chains, but if it is a chain, we know Chick-fil-A and Popeyes are pretty good.
When I'm on the go, I'm always on the go. It depends how on the go. I would say I'll give you my top two.
Top
Dirty,
two. Let's hear it.
Dirty Buffalo or Cooper's Hawk.
Fantastic options. So underrated, but
Yes.
also very local, right?
Yes.
Cooper's
Yes.
Hawk and Dirty Buffalo. For
Mhm.
those of you who don't know, Dirty Buffalo has some of the best wings, I might add.
Yes.
AJ Gators is up there, but that's like greasy bar,
Yeah. Yeah. More
style.
bar-ish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dirty Buffalo's got a little bit more of that, that kick and that freshness. I think
Right.
that AJ Gators. Fair enough. Denise, second question for you: a good field or facility to utilize when going outdoors. So it's summertime coming up very soon when this episode will be airing. Where should people be going if they have kids who are maybe not ready for track? Maybe they're a little bit younger, but they got that track energy. They're running around and you can't catch them once you let them go.
I would take them. I don't know the exact name, but it's the only playground on the beach, like on the beach.
Yep. That's the Virginia Beach Playground. No, I'm just kidding.
I was like, oh, okay.
It's called the Beach Cove. It's down between 8th Street and the 1st Street near Rudy Inlet. That's where you're going to find a
Yes.
couple different of the parks and the play places, and where all of the boat tours
Yes.
exit into the harbor from the inlet into the main waterway. And there's bathrooms there, and there's bike locks, which are key when you got kids that gotta go every 15 minutes. So, pro tip. Denise, last one for you. What is your favorite beach to visit and why?
Sandbridge.
Sandbridge. Let's hear it.
Well, actually, I've got two.
Let's hear it.
I like both because they're limited access. I'm not saying Sandbridge is limited access because it's not, but when people think of Sandbridge, they're like, I'm not going out there.
I don't want to drive to Sandbridge. That's too far. Yes,
right.
Exactly.
So limited in that kind of way. And then I like Dam Neck Beach, but it's also limited because only military can get on.
Shout out to our military population listening. Good for you guys. You got First Landing Beach with some really cool shells, I've heard. If you're still listening, congratulations to you. There's some cool glass shells out there. And for our Dam Neck Beach, where if the wind blows the wrong way, they'll kick you out of the water. But most days, it's a good day.
Right. And then realistically, Dam Neck Beach and Sandbridge Beach is the same beach.
It's the same beach with the military fences, and you cross this, you will be taken to the other beach on the other side.
Right.
Yeah.
So I love those two.
Wonderful. Well, Denise, thank you so much for making it through the rapid fire question section with us. This is your time to share any final messages or any final thoughts with the audience. The floor is all yours.
Okay. If anybody is listening, and I know you guys are, send me your athletes. Come to Virginia Beach Flames. Good discipline, good workout, fun, community, camaraderie. And we need another relay, so come on out. Also, follow my daughter, Imani. She's going to make it. We know she's going to make it. And we can say Virginia Beach's own Imani Smith and all the other lovely girls on the team. Let me shout out everyone real quick. We got Serena. We've got Destiny. We got Carmen. We got Ty. We got Madison. Who else we got? And we have our first high school track meet tomorrow. So yay. That's it. That's all I got.
That is incredible. Denise, thank you so much for coming out here to talk about Virginia Beach Flames and all the wonderful things that are going on with their volunteer-led track team, making a difference here in the community, giving kids an option and an activity outside of just the school and work life that we all have to live, and making some fun races and some fun community happen here in Virginia Beach. Thank you again, Denise, for your time. And I have a special send-off for you here. This is from everyone listening, far and wide.
Thank you. Thank you.